Hej så, velkommen til. Mit navn er Liam, og i denne video vil du kunne høre om mine tips til at lære dansk. Lyt, nyd, lær. Tip number 1. Set your phone language to Danish. If you're serious about learning Danish, this is a great way. It will help you a lot. It could be a little annoying at first. Maybe you have to switch back to your first language a few times, or maybe you have to look up a few words when you're like, But the good part is that you start to pick up the language like passively. And if you already know your phone pretty well, then you can start to translate these words in a natural way, Your brain just figures it out. It's like problem solving. Have your phone in Danish always and forever. Hit the pause button, set your phone to Danish, boom. Tip number 2. Watch stuff. Yeah, I'm sure you're already watching a load of stuff in Danish. There's the obvious Netflix. But some less obvious stuff is maybe TV2's app. This is very cool because, well, you have to pay 99 crowns per month. I think is the cheapest package. But of course you get like series, TV, sport. You get like a whole bunch of stuff. And you can watch it whenever you like, whenever it's good for you. The disadvantage is that there are no subtitles. So if you're looking for something with English subtitles, last time I read about it, TV2 are working on it. So soon there will be subtitles. I believe you can only use it if you're in Denmark. Or if you use, VPN or something like that. The Air app is also really good. It's free. There's series, movies, sport, news reports, everything. It's amazing. As long as you're in Denmark. You can't use it if you're not in Denmark. Unless you have a VPN. Another one is Airplay. This one is very cool because there's a lot of American and English movies with Danish subtitles. So it's kind of another way to learn the language. Again, you have to pay, but there's like 1 month trial period, I think, so you can really get a good test. Animated movies are really great. You can find some on YouTube. If you search for tegnefilm på dansk, you'll get a lot of like old cartoons like Tintin and Gulli Gris. She's on there. Peppa Pig. There's a lot of there on YouTube. Movies. Just get as many movies as you can, and also the old ones. Don't be too stuck on the modern ones, because when you watch the old ones, you also get, a little bit of insight into the Danish culture and the humor. So make sure you go back in time a little and catch some of the old stuff. Tip number 3. Music. The one thing I want to mention is don't be stuck on one genre. If you like pop music, you want to hear Danish pop. If you like heavy metal, you want to hear Danish heavy metal. But don't get too stuck on the genre, because remember, this is about the words. It's about the language. Branch out a little. Tip number 4. Games. The games I'm really talking about here are apps. And if you now have your phone in Danish and you're in the Danish App Store, you get a lot of cool games. Like Lego has a lot of games. Tivoli, they make a game every Easter, and every Christmas they release a new game. DR, they also release an app, especially at Christmas. I think last year it was like this one called Sneefel. It was like an app where you like keep jumping up like this, and there just comes like little phrases, like "God go" or whatever. I can't remember what they're saying, but you get these nice little phrases and they really stick in your brain. So start using these games. Tip number 5. Read. Yeah, you know it. You're probably reading a lot already. You don't need me to tell you. But ask yourself, how many books have I read this year? If it's not a lot, you need to crank it up a little. Get reading some books. Right? You can go into your local library, get some comic books. And there's a lot of reading apps that you can use. One that I recommend is Mofibo. I was a little reluctant to install this for a while because I'm quite cheap. Well, not really, but I just don't have a lot of money. But my good friend was poking me all the time saying, yeah, you need to install this app. And as soon as I installed it, I was like so happy, and I've used it every day since then. I think it's 129 crowns per month to use it, but there's a whole range of Danish books there, and they're audiobooks, books you can read, and they're for like ages 0 all the way up. So this is a must. Get this app if you don't have it already. Tip number 6, and this one is talk. Yeah. If you're in Denmark, it's very easy, right? It's very easy to practice. You get a lot of practice everywhere you go. You go in the supermarket and... Vil du have bolden med? Nej. All weekend. Næste. Oh yeah, nobody talks in the supermarket. I just remembered. But anyway, you get a lot of opportunities, right? But if you're not in Denmark, there's kind of a tendency to say, no, I'm not in Denmark. I don't really get the opportunity to speak much Danish. There's opportunities all around you, right? If I get this here, and I can say hvad hedder den her på dansk? I can do this all day long. I can point at things and like, what's that called in Danish? What's that in Danish? How do I say that in Danish? So like when you're traveling, you start narrating what's going on. Oh, a guy just came in, he's sitting down. He's putting on some headphones, of course, saying this in Danish, practicing it like this. You can start narrating what you're doing in your life, you know. Oh, jeg laver mad, jeg er så glad, blah, blah, blah. I'm making food, I'm so happy. And sing a little. It's also good. Improvise a little with your speaking. If you have a dog, practice on your dog, because your dog will never judge you if you make mistakes. And kids also, because they will not judge you if you don't invert something or whatever. They don't care. They're probably like, yeah, I've just farted or whatever. Tip number 7. Take what you can get. So if you're sitting at the breakfast table, read the box on the cereal. Right? If you're in the train, get the Metro Express and read that. If you're traveling around and you see, I don't know, writing on a billboard or something, read that, translate it, think about it. What did that say? What was that word? I didn't recognize that word. Look it up. You gotta be proactive. Don't be lazy when you're learning Danish. And also, you gotta count things in Danish. I want you from today to count everything in Danish. I have this problem actually where when I go down steps, I count them. It's like a tick that I have. So you can start, not trying to give you a tick, but if you generally are counting something like money, how many books you have, or if you also count steps, count them in Danish. Så har vi tip nummer 8. Stay true to yourself. Yeah, I'm giving you tips. These can help you. You can take what works for you and what doesn't work for you. But you gotta just stay true to yourself. Stay true to what you are interested in. That's the most important thing. Like when I was talking about books, music, it is better if you read something that you're interested in. If you already have a knowledge about bikes or yoga or electronics, read something about that in Danish, because chances are a lot of the words that come up, you will naturally be able to translate them. And that is a really great way to learn, because it makes it easy. It's like, well, that obviously means that. Right? You don't need a dictionary. You don't need anybody to tell you. You learned it yourself. Keep doing it. And that's it. That's my 8 tips to learning Danish. If you like this video, drop a comment, hit the like button, hit subscribe and the bell thing. I hope that it helps you. I hope that you can continue to strive in your Danish learning. Vi ses. Hej.